Hey gang, what's going on? Juan here, back with another special edition of the Square Roundtable. Remember, if you have any suggestions for a future topic, drop those in the comment section below. Now, there are 3 screens, but one of them, that's not AJ Styles, by the way. Like, don't be persuaded to think that we are interviewing AJ Styles, but there's somebody pretty awesome. First up, there's Mr. Keith. How you doing, man? You doing good?
Oh, hello.
No, man. Good to see you. Looking
always,
good today.
as always. Thank you.
Yes.
As with you.
Thank you. And now,
quite beautiful today.
well, don't I always look beautiful? Okay, we got to focus on our special guest.
On the prize.
Part of our commitment here is that we want to start to bring different people from the YouTube community, Twitter, those that like to support all the different wrestling podcasts, channels that are out there. So without further ado, I would like to introduce friend of the show, friend of everybody on social media that has some kind of YouTube wrestling channel type awesome thingy, Mr. Hayden Fox. How you doing, man?
I am doing absolutely fantastic. How are you?
Doing awesome, man. So for those that don't know a little bit about you, where are you from, and what do you like about wrestling?
I'm from Leeds in the United Kingdom, and what do I like? Well, everything. What's to hate? Yeah, you have some down moments, but you've got to like it. Come on.
Exactly. You got to be somewhat positive about wrestling. There's a lot of negative activity
Power
there.
of positivity, you know? It's a buzzword that goes around a lot these days, but, you know, it's a way of life, really. Just embrace it. Let it in.
Exactly. And we're here to embrace some stuff.
Indeed.
We are.
You live life once. That's it. Make the most of it. If you like wrestling, you like wrestling. If you don't, then you don't. It's simple.
Words to live
Exactly.
by.
We're done. Like, we need to talk about, like, we have a topic here. It says, what makes a great wrestling theme song? We're not going to get to it. No, we actually are.
Yeah, let's just talk about life.
Yeah, let's just talk about wrestling theme songs now. Now, historically, wrestling theme songs are something that is part of the showcase, part of the spectacle. Wrestling did not originally have theme songs. It wasn't until a couple of wrestlers, the Freebirds, a lot of other ones that started coming out to iconic music that wrestling theme songs really came to be. And then years later, they started to get their own customized theme songs. Now, whenever you hear this, you immediately go to Stone Cold with the Glass Shatter, If You Smell What the Rock is Cooking, The Undertaker's theme song. And we're going to talk a little bit about all of that here. And I want to kick it off with first with our guest. What do you think makes a great wrestling theme song?
Good question. I think the tune has to be, firstly, very, very catchy. If it's not catchy, then what's the point of having it? Also, the soundtrack has to suit that wrestler. If you have a pop song on a monstrous heel, it doesn't make sense. You've got to have it so it suits the character's gimmick.
Yeah.
What's a good example about that? Like, when you say it has to fit the wrestler, is there a theme song that immediately pops to your head? Like, man, this theme song just went directly with the character?
I love Finn Balor's. That one is a perfect example, especially when he's a demon.
Yeah, and in his case, he has 2 different versions. One where he's the demon, so it takes a little bit longer, and then he has the jacket style, so it starts a little bit more rocky, and then it goes into the full theme song. Now, for you, Keith, same question. Like, what makes a great wrestling theme song?
For me, it's really all about emotion. Does the theme music make you feel the emotion that you're supposed to towards that character? Excuse me, as an example, when you hear that gong from The Undertaker, do you feel the hairs on your arm starting to stand up? When you hear the dragon and then the chant from Samoa Joe, do you feel that feeling like, is somebody gonna die real soon because Samoa Joe's coming out? It's all about really like amplifying a character, working towards making, it's really just a piece of the package of a wrestler, and as long as it works towards that in a very positive way, that's what I think makes a great theme song.
I love what you said there, because I'll never forget the first time I saw The Undertaker live was at a terrible SmackDown house show here in Puerto Rico. The main event was a handicap match between Undertaker versus Mark Henry and the Great Khali. It was horrible, horrible. But when you hear that gong, the goosebumps, man, like, I'm getting goosebumps right now just thinking about that. And it is what it is you said. It's about feeling emotions. The theme song has to make you feel something, right? Not just, hey, that's a cool song. But does it make you care about the wrestler? Does it get you build up to the match before you even see the guy come out? I think that's a really, really good thing to mention. So now that we're in that topic of memorable theme songs, let's maybe bring up a couple to really figure out. We covered, right? It's about the emotional investment. Which examples come to mind aside from The Undertaker? You said Samoa Joe. Hayden, you said Finn Balor, a really good example. Any other ones out there?
Like, it's all about that total package of a wrestler. The very easy examples are something like Triple H. You could consider that a great theme song because when you hear that guitar riff, that opening hook, and you know it's time to play the game.
What did you think about Triple H's theme song, Hayden?
Like I said earlier, it definitely suits his character, you know. I like the band Motorhead as it is, so. But it just really suits him because you know it's him. You know it is time to play the game.
And the great combination there is that Motorhead, obviously, let me rest in peace, is a legendary band. So it's this combination of a wrestling theme song made for that wrestler. This is not some track that they just put in here, right? And it's from an iconic band. And in his case, Triple H worships, Motorhead and Lemmy and all of that, so that there's this emotional investment, not just for us as fans that are, paying attention to the entrance, but for the wrestler himself. Like another good example I want to bring up is Goldberg. Whether you like Goldberg or not, the moment the man came out there, it was like, boy, things are about to go down, especially the WCW version. I think WWE tried to make it a little bit too bassy. I like the simple nature, the combination of the Goldberg chant. That's another really good thing. The theme song has to be open to some kind of crowd interaction. With Goldberg, the moment you heard the dun, everybody stood up. Everybody was getting the Goldberg signs out. Everybody was chanting Goldberg. You were waiting for the camera to cut backstage so then you could see him come out. It's basically a miniature movie that's really started by the theme song.
Another interesting thing about Goldberg as well is if you take Goldberg, the Bill Goldberg out of the equation, the theme is just generic rock track number 420.
Yeah, it's so good though.
But because you put it towards Goldberg, that's what makes it great.
I do agree with that. I think another perfect example, especially with crowd interaction as well, is Kurt Angle.
Oh yeah, thank you. I mean, the fact that when Kurt Angle had to go to ECW for the wrestling machine version, or almost the worst version of Kurt Angle, they had to change his theme song.
Oh my God, I remember that. And then nobody could figure out how to incorporate "You Suck" into that. They were like, you suck?
And then that's just like, man, so many good examples come like that, right? Like, is there any wrestler currently with these two examples, like Goldberg and Kurt Angle? Is there another theme song that really does that currently? The only one I can think of right now is sort of Sami Zayn with the Olay chants, although it doesn't synchronize quite as well, but that's the only one that really comes to mind.
I mean, you could say John Cena's with John Cena Sucks, right? But that's really about the only one.
And you can sing the Bropadoos together, so there's that.
Always the Bropadoos.
Hayden, got a question for you. Is there a wrestling theme song that you think that just killed off the character? Like, we're talking about great things, right? We need something. We need some kind of bar to really compare. Is there somebody that when they come out, you just go like, character's great, theme song, that's sort of not doing it for you?
Do you know back when Jack Swagger was World Heavyweight Champion? I thought that was one that didn't really do well.
Interesting. What do you think about Samoa Joe's theme when he first came in? His NXT one, the first one.
To clarify, you're talking about that weird one he used for a night where it's like that thing, right?
Yeah, I don't think it kind of went like that, but close enough.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Let's just say the second version, like what he uses now, is way better.
Yeah, the second version's way better now. What do you guys think about wrestlers' theme songs that have lyrics? We're talking about maybe Triple H is a good example of an outstanding one. Undertaker doesn't need anything like that. But when you want to combine sort of the whole good theme with bad theme, and I know we sort of bringing it up internally, like the You're Gonna Pay theme song for The Undertaker. I thought that one was pretty bad. I mean, the lyrics are so basic. Like, it's my business, you're mine. It's like, you're gonna pay, like, really? Like, you're The Undertaker. But you have like the most generic vocabulary for a video. I mean, for a theme song. I don't know. That just wasn't all that great for me.
So to take a little trip to Controversy Town, I've always hated Shawn Michaels' theme.
Whoa. Really?
I think he should have dropped that theme years ago, and then done something new. The whole sexy, especially in a second run, the whole sexy boy thing didn't really work with Shawn Michaels. And I think that's a case where the lyrics even kind of were a detriment to the theme itself. So I don't think the lyrics are 100% necessary, but when it works, you know?
I think when back in the 1980s, Hulk Hogan's were a perfect example. Like, everyone knew the lyrics. I know the lyrics, you know. All ages have heard the theme song, know the lyrics, know it's related to Hulk Hogan.
You know, that's a very interesting point, Hayden, where when theme songs have lyrics and you can just say the name of the wrestler and then immediately you start hearing it in your head, like with Hulk Hogan as the example, I immediately started singing Real American in my head. I think that's when lyrics are very effective in a theme. Because does anybody remember Orlando Jordan's theme song from SmackDown? That had lyrics.
I don't
exactly
really remember the lyrics, but something around there. And that's a whole question in itself. Quick, easy, yes or no. Must an outstanding wrestling theme song also be a great song that you can listen to on the road? No. That combination?
I don't think so.
What about you?
No,
Hayden?
I don't. I don't think so either.
Yeah, that's a good question because The Undertaker, when you go out live, it's like, yes, you want to hear that. I don't know if that's you're driving on the road to work and it's like
kind of somber, really.
Well, it can really be a metaphor if you think about it, right?
Yeah.
Maybe you just got fired. Man, no, that can get dark. No,
but when a theme is good, it's built to be played over a loudspeaker in a stadium, right? Not in your car on your car radio. So I don't think that's why it doesn't need to be.
Look at Fandango. His theme song is played, same as Daniel Bryan. His theme song has been played all over the world, not just at WWE live events, all over the world. I've heard it at a football match live before. Fandango's theme song's been played at a football match.
Amazing.
I know, it's great.
No, we don't want to get a copyright strike here, but so to sort of close things out, can we all agree then a wrestling theme song, number one, it does not need to be something that can be heard in the car. It needs to convey some kind of emotion. It needs to be able to fit the character. And I will say the pacing. You know, I think a big issue with wrestling theme songs generally is that a lot of times maybe they're faster paced than the person walking down. A good example, here's Nia Jax, where Nia Jax comes down, you know, she's mean, she's powerful, but it's like, I'm not like most girls. And like, wait, something about this doesn't really quite mix.
And see, I like Nia Jax's theme. I think there's nothing wrong with it. And no, actually, you're wrong on this one, because she's not like most girls. Her victory is imminent, Juan. It's imminent.
Okay.
I don't like her theme song. I don't think it suits
you're
her.
both wrong.
I think to have a dominant, heel girl like Nia Jax to come out to a stupid pop song like that, it doesn't fit. And the song in itself, you have a slow waltz pace down to the ring, and then you have a really cheery, fast-paced song. It just does not suit her.
Yeah. The best closing example of a great wrestling theme song that got switched to something that wasn't quite as good was Tyler Breeze's original theme, his debut theme. It was a production track, generic production track.
So
you hear
good.
that on the USA Network and everywhere else. But the timing from the stepping of the entrance to him doing the swimming with the camera, to him getting inside the ring, him looking at the camera inside the ring, that was an amazing experience that before the match even began and his NXT debut, you know, before he was Mike Dalton, was outstanding. I loved it. And they changed it to the other one. I get why. They want to have something they can own, but it was never quite as good. Now, ladies and gentlemen, that has been it for what makes a great wrestling theme song. It's great because you're feeling those emotions. It's something that gives you the goosebumps, that just want to make you pull up a sign and want to make you yell for seemingly no reason whatsoever. So if you guys have any recommendations for your great wrestling theme songs, make sure to drop a comment below. Mr. Hayden Fox, if people are interested in hanging out with you or maybe getting in touch with you, how can they go about it?
please do get in contact with me. I'll answer absolutely anything you ask me. I'm on Twitter at WWE Town Nation. You can also do it through my YouTube channel at WWE Town Nation, unbelievably. And, well, that's the social media I've got. That's it.
Yeah, man. So thanks for hanging out. We're going to have you back very soon with another topic. So until next time, thank you guys for watching, and we will be back with tons more right here on Byte That. And if you're still on the channel, make sure to like, subscribe. We do have a variety of other Square Roundtable videos, including also our podcast, which is available every single Tuesday night. We also have a variety of different wrestling video game videos that you can check out right here. So click on one of the videos on screen right now, or maybe just sit here and do nothing.